Hello everybody and welcome to yet another PvP Inscryption video. It has been 5 months since I made the last one, and a lot of things have changed in the PvP community, at least the Inscryption PvP community. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to go over some like general changes and stuff that have happened in like the community and like the game itself. So today's video is going to be a little bit different from the other two. I promise I'm still going to make the other how to play videos, as well as get some of my friends to help out in making those videos, so expect more of those soon. But today I'm just going to be showing off some recent developments and things that have happened, because they're pretty important to how the game is played now. So, I'm not going to be covering Pixel Profligate's base version, or the vanilla version of Inscryption PvP. That version, if you want a base Inscryption sort of feel to Inscryption PvP, I highly recommend still checking out Pixel Profligate's version, because that is still a very fun, very fast-paced way to play the game, and I like it a lot. But today Today and with subsequent videos, I'm more going to be showing off the PvP Overhaul Edition, which I have helped work on, and is more of a slower format, but I think is a lot of fun. So first off, I'm going to be showing off the new side decks. Originally, there was just squirrels as the beast side deck, but since then we have added aqua squirrels, which can be slightly worse, but are also slightly better if you use them right. And also dams, which can be used with beaver, since a lot of sort of terrain cards have been banned in play, except for campaigns and whatnot. So dams are funny. They're the funny side deck, essentially. And as you'll notice here, dams sort of have this like dotted border. This means that this card is bloodless. So originally, bloodless was a sigil that basically said this card cannot be sacrificed. But recently, in the PvP overhaul team, we decided that that to save space on like certain cards that need to have a bunch of sigils on them, we decided to make the bloodless border in the style of the terrain cards, but with the certain archetypes colors, which I think looks a lot better than just the sigil. And as you can see, skeletons have been made bloodless, and have also been given a sigil that basically means when this card kills an opposing card, you gain a bone. And the reason we added that was because we added this side deck to Undead, Gravediglins, which are basically a free 0/1 bone digger, which I think is a lot of fun. Like, I love this side deck a lot. But this skeleton is also very good bone gen as well. And then we've also got some undead squirrels, which you would think would be slightly better squirrels with the 0/2 stat line, but do have rotting, which means that the card loses 1 health and power during your end step. Next up are the tech and magic side decks. So Leap Bots now have the bloodless background and are generally the same. But the other tech side decks are Null Conduit, which are bloodless and free. And the reason we added Null Conduits as a side deck was because they were sort of Null Conduits were just sort of outclassed by every other conduit as a common card. So we just decided to make them a side deck, and they're a lot of fun to play. And before I go into these side decks over here, Mox has also been given 3 more Mox colors, in addition to the original 3 Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby, these being Garnet Mox, Amethyst Mox, and Topaz Mox. And these different Moxes basically function the same as these, but they have their own separate cards and themings for those cards, which I will show off in another video. And so these side decks up here are all Vessel cards, which basically, when they're part of a circuit, they provide a gem of that color, which I think are really cool and a lot of fun. So those are all the changes for the side decks that that we have made. But talking cards have also gotten a slight visual change. And so we decided that since a lot of people were confused over how talking cards work, we decided to make them more visually distinct than just having similar art styles between them. And we decided to give them not only quotes around their flavor text, which are obviously them talking, but we also decided to change the background colors to be the rare card colors. So like this Noble Stag here, Bag of Bones, Dredger, and Runette, they all are talking cards, and you could tell by the coloring of them and the fact that they have the common border, as well as the quotes around the flavor text. And I think that this change was really good, and will probably be, and won't be as confusing as just having the common border and similar art style. Next up are custom costs that have been added to the overhaul, and these two custom costs really help with like balancing and stuff of these two specific costs. So Mox and Energy are generally very spammy costs, so to aid in like making more powerful cards less spammable, for energy, we decided to add a max energy cost called Overcharge. Now, max energy basically means when you spend max energy, your energy needs to count back up over time from how much you spent. So, like, if you paid for this Steam bot, you paid for 4 max energy. So that would mean it would go down to 2, just like normal energy. Except when you spend max energy, you need to wait 4 more turns for it to count back up to 6. And that's basically how Overcharge works. Now, a really cool thing with Overcharge and max energy cost is if you spent all of your normal energy, you can still pay for a max energy card, since max energy and energy, while paying for max energy does lower your normal energy, if you pay for all your normal energy, you can pay a max energy card, which I think is really cool and very fun. Next up is the Shatterbox Costs, shown by these pots here. Basically, a lot of really powerful Mox cards were being made, so to combat them be not as spammable, we decided to make Shatterbox, which basically means you need to sacrifice that specific color of Mox to play one of these cards. And also in this pot of purple here, there is a Prism Shatter, which basically means you can shatter from any Mox to play a Shatter Prism card. And those are all of the general basic changes that have been added over the past 5 months. I'm not going to be talking as much about Pixel Profligate's version. It is the vanilla experience, so I do highly recommend checking that out, as well as checking out the overhaul. A lot of cards had been changed to make it more of a slower format, but in terms of like which games to play, I recommend checking out both Overhaul and Pixel's version, since they're in sort of semi-finished states. The Overhaul is completely finished, so that is a complete experience that you can play. Pixels is still getting semi-updated, so you could still check that out and see a bunch of new cards that are still being added there. Some other versions of Inscryption PvP are Annie's edition, which one of my friends is making, and has a lot of personal changes that she likes, and just a bunch of a lot of cards. Then there's also the all-in-one edition by my friend Galaxy that adds a bunch of custom cost cards and basically contains every single mod. So basically, that's gonna be all for this video. I promise that the how to make cards video is going to be coming soon. I am just starting to get back into making these videos, and yeah, expect some really cool stuff soon, and I'll see you in the next video.